Roger and Rachel.
Brilliant. Elizabeth, thank you very much.
Now, they say you never forget how to ride a bike, but what about playing the piano? Well, one woman who started tinkling the ivories after a break of 80 years, yes, back to her teenage talents, thanks to a volunteer.
Yeah, she's 90 years old now. Her name's Sybil. Sybil's blind, and she moved into a care home in January at the same time that Alia began volunteering there, and they've bonded over a shared love of music, as Juliet Phillips reports.
"90-year-old Sybil has never lost her love of music. And now she's rediscovered her passion for performing. After decades, she was inspired to return to the piano by listening to volunteer Aaliyah playing for residents.
Well, I thought, what lovely music that is. And I wish I could have kept on my piano lessons, playing like that. I'd be able to be happy in this carer's home, and I'd make all the other people happy. And it'd all come for a sing-song.
Since then, the pair have become quite the double act. Even losing her eyesight hasn't stopped Sybil patiently practising to relearn all the notes.
Never give up in life. Never. Keep going. If you give up, you've had it.
What's it like when the two of you are playing together?
Oh, it's happiness. Sheer happiness.
17-year-old Aaliyah has been working at the care home as a volunteer while studying social care at college. Despite their 73-year age gap, she and Sybil have struck up quite a bond.
The first time she ever played it, I didn't expect her to come and play on the piano. I thought she'd press a few notes and we were sat there for hours playing it. She loved it. I've never actually played with another person on the piano with me. I've always sat with someone next to me while I'm playing, but never with someone with me. And honestly, she does really like it. And I like seeing how happy it makes her. The knife and fork to the left for you if you want it. Oh.
Sybil only moved into Kenyon Lodge a few months ago. Staff at the care home tell me she's settled in much better since playing music again.
You've got a cup of tea, Sybil, if you want it.
She was quite distressed when she first came in, but since she started the music therapy and playing the piano again, she's much calmer. No one knew that Sybil could play the piano, her family didn't know, and the fact she'd gone blind several years ago, it's just a beautiful story, and the joy on Sybil's face when she's playing is just amazing.
When she completes her studies, Aaliyah is hoping to work in the care home permanently. No doubt there'll be plenty more performances to come. Juliet Phillips, BBC News.
Well, we're joined now by Kat Stiles, who is a music therapist. Kat, lovely to have you with us today. You're not involved with that particular care home, but can you just comment on the beautiful friendship between Alia, the volunteer there, and Sybil, who's so much older than her, and how music really brings them together?
Yeah, I think it's just a beautiful example of the power that music can have in not only connecting people with each other, but also allowing opportunity for someone to reconnect with a part of themselves that they might have thought that they have lost. And music is just that common ground between them. You know, there's such a big age gap, but through music, they're able to really bond and yeah, connect with each other in a really positive way. It's lovely to see.
Mm. How do you find it helps older people to maybe make that reconnection if it's something for whatever reason they've lost? Mm.
Music therapy can be a really important tool for the older generation because it helps to unlock memories as well. Music has this wonderful way of just bringing someone back to a moment, to a place in time, remind them of people or a certain experience that they might have had, so it can really unlock those memories for them.
And these are pictures that
yes, exactly. So this is one of our music therapists, Ariana, who is working in a care home, and it's the kind of music therapy that we do is a creative music therapy, and so it's all about a collaborative making music with people. So all about that active participation from the client with the therapist, so it's like a mutual relationship that occurs, and it's founded on this understanding that everyone as part of our human condition, no matter illness, disability, life, social circumstance, has an ability to respond to music.
So this is not just like people like Sybil who may have played an instrument in the past. You can access that in all the people that you work with. Because I know you work in different settings. You do go to care homes, but also to prisons. You work with children with additional needs. What is the difference between that then and talking therapies? Why can it be sometimes more effective?
I think the key thing about music is that it can often be a non-verbal form of expression. So sometimes people don't have the capacity to be able to verbalise their thoughts or feelings, or that they don't feel able to for whatever reason. And music can be a non-verbal medium through which they can work through feelings and emotions. And it's also an in-the-moment, collaborative, spontaneous, playful way of being with people, which is quite unique to kind of music making. And
you don't need, as Sybil obviously had played the piano earlier in life and had come back to it with Aaliyah, but you don't necessarily have to have been a musician in order to benefit from it.
Absolutely
he says
not.
With very little musical talent.
Everyone has an innate responsiveness to music, whether you've been exposed to that before or not. And we encourage the active participation of our clients, but there's absolutely no prior musical understanding that's needed, because there is just a natural pull as humans to music, and we offer all kinds of instruments in the work that we do. So we might put drums out, piano, guitar, voice, vocalisation, singing. It's very led by the clients and their interests.
You worked, or you didn't work with, but you sat with your own grandma who had dementia, didn't you, and sang songs with her. What was that like from both a professional and a personal perspective?
Yeah, so this was before I actually trained as a music therapist, and was one of the reasons that I really felt that I wanted to do this, because my grandma had dementia, and right up until, she died, music was that one thing that we had that enabled us to reconnect with her and really brought her into that present moment right up until the very, very end. So I thought there's something about music here that is just stimulating her on a level that other things aren't. And so it was amazing to have that tool to be able to connect with her.
And that's a really important point to make, because even if someone's not a trained music therapist, even if they don't have access to instruments or technology, something as simple as sitting and singing with someone can actually bring benefit, can't it?
Absolutely. And I think the important thing is adapting what you're doing to what that person, how that person is responding. So, I encourage people to sit with their elderly grandparents who might have dementia and sing familiar songs, but then maybe adapt how they're singing that song to the way that that person is responding. So, to the movement, or to if they start joining in, changing the way that you're singing that song to really feel like they're a part of it and it's coming from them. So it can be done, making music with people can be done by anyone.
As Sybil said, never give up.
If you give up, you're rubbish, she said.
So she did. Never give up.
Setting the bar.
Thanks, Kat. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you
for coming in.
Kat
Styles.
Now, Fatos is best known as a member of the pop group Steps, but she's actually embracing a slightly darker side for her latest project.
Yeah, we're continuing the musical theme, aren't we? Faye is playing the fur coat-loving baddie Cruella de Vil in a stage version of 101 Dalmatians, the musical, and Kirsteen O'Sullivan's been to chat to her.